Hi guys! So today I have a craft with me video as I normally do on Fridays, and today we're making a tri-fold folio is what it's called. So this is my sample one that I already made, and this is using only one 12 by 12 sheet, and you use pretty much everything except for these little corners that you're going to cut out for the closure. So this is what it is. This is, I believe, part of the Stamperia Alice in Wonderland set. So this is the little calendar sheet, but I wanted to use this one. I didn't know what I was going to use it for, so I wanted to use this one as kind of my sample. And I do have a Velcro closure on this one, and it has 4 pockets. So this is going to be using up all of a 12 by 12 sheet, except again for these corners. And you can use them in a different way, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let me show you the pockets. So you get 4 pockets in this. The ones on top are the deeper pockets, and then you'll have the shorter pockets in the front. And I just thought that this would be kind of a fun idea to use if you want to use like Happy Mail, or if you want to add something like this into your junk journals or something like that. I just thought that it was fun. But you know what, really the options are endless with this. Let me show you this one. So this one's another version of it, but instead of cutting the edges at an angle like this one I didn't, and I just rounded with my corner rounder so that I could add more pockets. So here I have another pocket here. Let me get my scrap. So I made a pocket here, and then by not cutting off the edges on the closure, you have a side loading pocket here. And of course I used extra paper, so this is going to be more than one sheet, but you still get the 4 pockets here, which I think is really cool. But again, you can add pockets to the cover, you can add a pocket to the back, so really the options are endless. And instead of using a Velcro closure like I did on this one, you can just use really pretty ribbon, tie it up in a bow, and there you have it. So because you can't do a Velcro closure with a pocket here in the front. But I mean, like I said, you can do pretty much anything, and these you can really stack them up pretty well. So I really like that. So let me tell you what we're gonna need. We're going to use 12 by 12, and preferably something that's double-sided. So I still have this one left over for my Alice in Wonderland, so I'm going to use this. You do need a scoreboard along with some type of paper cutter. So I'm going to use this one. That is my scoreboard and paper cutter in one. Also, you're going to need scissors so that we can cut off the edges of the folio. I'm going to use the Velcro dots as my closure. I'm also going to use my circle punch for these little there's a name for them, and I knew it a second ago, and now I can't remember. But anyways, the little notches, there it is, the little notches in the pockets. And of course you're going to need your glue, and I'm going to be inking just so that you can kind of see more where the pockets start. So I'm going to be using the walnut stain today, and I think that's it. Paper cutter, scissors, scoreboard, glue, circle punch, Velcro stickers, and the inking. I think that's everything. Okay, so let's get started. This is a really fun way to kind of use up extra paper maybe that you might have lying around. You can add these in your journals, you can put them in Happy Mail and stuff them up really good. I stuffed this one up really good just to see how much it will actually hold, and it holds quite a bit, so it's really, really cool. Okay, so we're going to cut this. using this side, your if it's directional, your paper, you're gonna want your left side to be the actual folio part. So it's gonna be like this. And so we're gonna cut the 12 by 12 at 7 3/4. Okay, so that's where this is. 7 3/4 is where we're gonna cut. So let's line this up, make sure that it's lined up all the way, because I can't tell you how many times I've cut something crooked because I didn't check it. So I think this is it. Okay, now this, we're going to use this extra strip, we're going to use for our pockets. So we'll go ahead and leave that. Now we're gonna start scoring our folio. So our first score is gonna be at, let me get my scoring tool out of here. Our first score is gonna be at 3 3/8. Let me move my stuff out of the way. 3 1/8. Gotta move everything around. So 3 1/8. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna have to turn this around. So 3 1/8. Yeah, we're turning it around. 3 1/8. And then 3 3/8. Okay, so 3 1/8 and then 3 3/8. And that's going to be our flap, and that's going to be this end here. Okay. And then we're going to score at 7 5/8. Score at 7 5/8. I love this scoreboard because it gives you every single measurement, because your girl can't measure. So we're going to do at 7 5/8 and 7 3/4. So it's just going to be 1/8 of an inch difference. So make sure so 7 3/4 and 7 5/8. So I'm just trying to make sure, and that's going to be this end here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start folding, making sure that your edges line up so that we can put that down. And then we're going to do the next one. Okay, again, making sure that your edges line up. Okay, and then we're going to do the other side. Now this side is a little bit tricky for me. If you guys have any little tips on how to do like the scoring and the folding for like 1/8 of an inch, I am all ears, because this is the only part that kind of got me a little bit. So I'm doing one end first, and then we're going to score the second one. But now I feel like I have to put my finger underneath it a little bit just to kind of get it to pop back up. There it goes. I think this is the only part that I was actually a little bit nervous about, because sometimes that part doesn't want to get. Okay, so here you have it. Just folding that again just to make sure that this pops out. Perfect. And then this is this part here. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, guys, we're almost done. Look at it's oh my gosh, I just love this paper. Okay, so here we're just going to measure, let's see. I guess you can pretty much do it however much you want. Okay, well, we'll do that at the end. Since I have my scoreboard and my cutter out, let's go ahead and start cutting the pockets, and then we'll figure out how big we want the corners cut. Okay, so this is the leftover strip. So we're going to cut it 6 inches. So we're gonna pretty much cut it in half. Okay. So it's here at 6 inches, so we're cutting it in half. The only thing is that because it's directional, the pockets are going to be this way. So it's not going to read the way it was, but it's fine. It still looks really cute. Okay, and so each piece we're going to cut at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Okay, so we're gonna have our bigger pocket and our smaller pocket. Okay, so again, we're cutting them both at 2 3/4. This is just easier for me. I'm sure there's a better way, but this is just the easiest way that I found it. Okay, let me go ahead and put this away. So that we can start with this. Okay, so these, let's go ahead and start. I found that doing it this way, let me see, do I want it to be the same? Do I? Because this is here. Do we want it to be, or should we mix it up so that you can actually tell where it is? Let's just leave it. We'll just leave it. Okay, so this is going to be like this. Well, it does kind of look cool that it lines up, but for sure we're going to ink it so that you can really tell where the pockets start. So let's go ahead and kind of see where the middle is here. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with these. So this one goes like this. Does it? Wait, am I getting mixed up with these pieces here? That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm getting crazy for nothing. Let's just do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's cut this. Now I have these lines on my and this is how I kind of made it to where it's actually even. So using this line, then I kind of know exactly where I'm going. So let me get a pen so that I can mark it. And then I'll tell you exactly how much to cut. It's going to be 1.5. It's 1.5 inches. So I think I'm going to get my, and I didn't say this, but I'm going to get my craft knife and my ruler so that I can cut it. So there's another tool. And of course, I mean, you can totally eyeball it, But I'm just kind of crazy like this, that I like to make sure that it's exactly. I don't know if anybody else is like that, or if I'm the only crazy one. Okay, and we're gonna measure here. Sorry guys, I have to really concentrate when I'm doing stuff like this, because otherwise I'm gonna get crazy if it comes out crooked. Okay. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Barely, but I am. There. There it is. Okay. Let's start inking everything now. So let's get all of this stuff out. I like this walnut stain because it's darker and it shows up so much better. Look at that. So let's just quickly do this. I have to do it kind of up off the table because I don't want to shake the table. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and do this. But I love the way everything looks inked. It just looks so much better. Let's do these corners too. So we're gonna do both of them. Okay, look at that. Cool, right? Okay. Now let's keep going. Let's do these. And this one. And then we're just going to keep going. There. Cool, huh? I'm also going to ink the inside. Well, I guess this one doesn't really need it because of the black trim, but I'm going to at least do the top part and the creases, the folds. Once you guys get started with these, you're going to keep making them and making them and making them, and it's going to be so much fun. I needed some type of folio for a journal that I'm making. If you guys have been following me, you know that I'm making my mom a baking journal, baking theme. And I wanted something to add into it. And I needed something like this. And so that's where I came with this idea. And I was trying to look for like a tutorial, but some of them were too small, some of them were too big, and so I just kind of had to come up with my own measurements. I'm sure there's one out there that's similar to what I made, but I didn't have the patience to keep looking. I wanted to hurry up and make one, so I ended up coming up with these measurements. And well, because it fit perfect in the journal that I'm making. So you guys can, you know, customize this to whatever size you guys need it. And if you want it smaller, then of course you'll have more paper left over to make more pockets. So you can add more pockets like the pink one that I made that has all of the extra pockets. So depending on the size. All right. We're almost done, you guys. Okay, let's do the pockets first. So let's figure out which one we're gonna put in. Does this one go in here? What's happening? Why are these not measuring up? Are you kidding me? I think we're gonna have to trim them down a little bit. What did I cut them at? 2 3/4? They're probably gonna have to be cut a little bit more, you guys. I'm sorry. But you know what? This is life. This is what really happens. So let's just cut maybe 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. Let's do about 1/8. So let me do it here. Let me see if 1/8 of an inch will help. See if that makes a difference. Yep, actually that's perfect. So it's going to be 1/8 of an inch shorter than what we originally cut. You know what? This is what happens. When you're a crafter, you kind of have to go with the flow and fix things along the way. So I know that you guys aren't going to hate me for doing this. But there it is. Okay. There. So if it was at 2 3/4, let me tell you right now. So you should probably cut at 2 7/8. Is that what it is? If you need it to be shorter? I don't know. But anyways, you guys are smart cookies. I know that you guys can figure that part of it out. Okay, so we can do this. Let's do this a little bit lower so that we have room here. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want it. Okay, so let's get our glue out. And here on this bigger one that we're gonna put on the top, come on, we're not gonna glue the bottom so that it's a deeper pocket, okay? So we're only gonna put glue on the sides. If you're using the art glitter glue, all you need is a little bit. I think this is gonna be right at the edge here. And then this one is gonna go right down here. And this one, I'm gonna line up pretty much to the very bottom. And this one you are going to glue the 3 corners, the 3 edges. So the sides and the bottom. And that one we're gonna do as close to the edge as possible. Leaving just a tiny bit. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on this one. So again, this is the larger pocket. So this is the one that we're gonna want to keep deep. So we're just gonna do the sides on this one. And we're gonna line this up with this one. Make sure it's lined up. Okay. Making sure that we can still fold it and it's perfect. And then this one, we're going to do, I don't know why my glue is bubbling. What is wrong? I filled it up last night. Okay. Now you need to remember with this art glitter glue, we all know you literally have 2 seconds to kind of reposition if you need it. But there it is. Ooh, doesn't that look cool? That looks super cool. Okay, now for the closure. And these are the Velcro dots that you get from Dollar Tree. That's where I get these at. And I don't need to put any extra glue or anything on them because it's absolutely perfect the way it is. And this one has stayed pretty well. So I'm going to use the rougher edge on this side. But what I do to kind of make sure that we have it right in the middle is I'm going to connect them. And then put the soft one down first, kind of measuring right in the middle. Maybe 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. And then we're going to close it. Making sure that our the spines, the edges, are still standing nice and even. And there it is, under 30 minutes. And I'm sure because I was having to talk through it and show you guys, it could have been done a lot faster. But there it is. Isn't that cute? I love it. I absolutely love it. And look, I'm so happy with it. It turned out so cute. I love that she still ended up there with the game pieces. And then there she is again. Is that the cutest thing? And then you got your pockets. I love it. I'm so happy with this. It turned out so cute. I'm gonna make a few more because I like to keep some in my stash. But that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this quick craft with me. I hope you guys were able to follow along, and sorry about the 1/8 of an inch mishap with my pockets. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in next week video. Remember, on Wednesdays I have my hauls, and on Fridays I have more craft with me videos. So I'll see you guys then. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I do have my Etsy shop link in the description below. And I also did make a Buy Me a Coffee account. If anybody's interested in helping support my channel, I'd really appreciate it. So that link is also below. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.